We are live. We are live Saturday morning. We are live this morning on the Huddle. I have a question for you. Are you struggling to have a live stream show that runs smoothly? So smoothly that it will help you to increase audience engagement. Well, if that's a pain point for you this morning, we're going to be talking about 5 reasons why you need to have a run-up show for your live stream. So do me a favor, grab yourself a cup of coffee. It's time for the Huddle. Praise the Lord, everyone. Welcome to the Huddle. I'm your host, Walter Strong. If you're new here and you want to broaden your reach, your impact, and income through online video, then we want to welcome you to the show. As we said in our opening hook this morning, we're going to be talking about 5 reasons why you need to have a run-up show for your live stream so that your live streams don't struggle and putter and pit and patter trying to gain momentum and having a live stream that's adding value to your audience this morning. And so we are excited. We're out the gate this morning. And so if you're watching us on YouTube, let us know in the chat where you're watching us from, as we see the Huddle community, the crew, the posse of Team Live already in the chat this morning. Individuals like Ash Bolin all the way from London, and our good friend Tech Troublemaker already in the chat this morning. Good morning, gentlemen. And so if you're joining us on YouTube this morning, let us know in the chat where you're watching us, friend. Our good friend Marcus from Switzerland joining us this morning. Good morning, my good man. Yes, we are excited. We are excited, and we hope you've had a great week this week as we get ready to go in to this Father's Day weekend. And so to those of you who are fathers, we want to say happy Father's Day to you all, for you just being a great husband and a devoted father and a faithful son to your parents, that they are still walking in the land of the living. So we are excited. And if you are a part of Team Replay, we can't forget about Team Replay, the posse, the crew, those who have been rolling with us after we end the broadcast, and you are continuing to help us to get into suggested, and you're helping us to get into homepage and growing the video after we've gone off broadcast. We want to say good morning to you. Let us know in the chat or in the comment section where you're watching us from. Oh, the chat is hopping this morning. Hey, we got real Chicago in the house this morning. So we are excited. So let's get down to the meat of the matter as we talk about how do you have a great runner show. So let's get this stream deck fired this morning. Here we go. 5 reasons why you need to have a run-up show for your live streams. So before we can really get into this, we need to define, first of all, what is a run-up show? A run-up show is basically a step-by-step outline that you've put together that's going to help your live stream flow and be able to add value to your audience. It's a step-by-step process that you put together. You put it together during your pre-production of your live stream so that there is a flow to it. Run-up show sometimes is referred to sometimes as a show flow. Sometimes it's referred to as a cue sheet or a run sheet. I like the way Laura Patucci from Live Stream Pros, the way she defined it as, it's a live stream agenda. Do you have a live stream agenda when you go live and doing your live streams? Or are you just one of those individuals who just want to be spontaneous and just pop up on YouTube and do a live stream? Or if it's LinkedIn or Facebook, and that's fine and all, if that's something you want to do just for a hobby or a passion project, those things are good. And certainly if that's what your cup of tea is, and that's how you want to roll, fine. But if you are trying to add value to people, if you are trying to answer specific questions for your audience, if you're trying to address pain points in people's lives, you need to run a show so that way you can be able to add value to your viewers on Team Live and to your viewers of Team Replay. Team Replay. So tip number one, one reason why you need a run of show is because it's going to help you to be organized. If you're going to be, it's going to help you to be organized. If you're an individual like me who may struggle with organization skills, and when I say struggle, maybe you are a person who is not advanced. Maybe you are a person who is not proficient at it, but you're more in the middle with it. But in these times of in the workforce that we work in and in online content creation, it demands a higher level of organization skills from us. As we talked a couple of weeks ago about how live streamed has changed our lives and changed my life as a content creator, it's helped me to understand that I need to get better at certain skills like organization skills. And so certainly a runner show will help you to be able to get better at your organization skills. It's going to have you to have a flow to the show so that there is a current stream. If you've ever been in nature and you've been by a stream of water and you see how that stream of water just flows fluently. There's nothing that's kind of holding it up. There's nothing that's blocking it. There's nothing hindering it. Well, the same way that a stream has a stream of flow flowing down the riverbed, we want our live streams to flow in such a way that the audience has, I got to engage and click on this live stream. I got to get a part of this live stream community and engage because I can be able to connect with the flow that the host is producing through the live stream show. And this, I believe it's in the preparation. It's in the preparation. If you are a chef, if you are a person who cooks, and you have a favorite meal that you want to be able to roll out to the family, you know that for you to be able to get that food at the level of where it tastes so good that it just makes a person wants to take off their shoes and just twiddle their toes under the table from eating some of your favorite sweet potato pie. It's because of the preparation you put into it. And that's the same level that your run of show is going to have to be. It has to be where it has a flow. It provides some structure. It provides structure to your live stream so that way you are not all over the place. You're not all over the place, and certainly when you're first starting on live stream, you're kind of finding yourself. You're kind of finding the flow of the show. You're trying to find in terms of how you get into the topics, how you engage with your audience, and it's a journey and it's a learning process. And so if you struggle from time to time, like I may, and from having the topics to engaging in the audience, pulling up the comments and just working with a guest on your show that you may be interviewing, it's a flow that you develop over time. And so you gotta be able to have a flow. You gotta have a structure. And I believe and I said a professional look. What I really should have said is it's going to give you a show identity. I think that fits better than professional look. It's going to give you a show identity that helps you stand out from other content creators. Now, it's okay, and I'm going to borrow something that I heard from Ash yesterday on his video. You want to check out his latest videos that he's been putting out on his channel. But he talked about, when the difference between when you're modeling someone, content modeling and learning from someone, when you're new into online video, when you're new into live streaming, and you're kind of modeling them, you're following the example they're setting before you versus plagiarism, just outright stealing someone's content, outright just taking someone's content and copying and pasting. Ash, do me a favor, if you wouldn't mind, put the name of that video in the chat for me, so those like Real Chicago and Tech Troublemaker and Marcus and anyone else who is watching us on YouTube this morning but haven't checked in yet, put that in the chat, because that was a great point that you talked about in terms of learning how to be able to learn from an example of following someone. But after a period of time, you begin to establish your own identity. You begin to establish your brand. You begin to establish your show, feel, and look that sets you apart from everyone else. Because the goal is, you don't want to be a person who just follows the crowd. You want to be a person who moves the crowd. Like my man Rakim said, Eric B. and Rakim said, he wants you to not follow the crowd, but he wants you to move the crowd. He not only wants you to move the crowd, but he wants you to be able to have a show identity that you can be able to say, follow the leader, as one of his title track songs from his second album that he did in hip hop. That kind of goes back to my days of hip hop. So you want to follow the leader. You want to follow the leader there. And so you want to have a show flow, you want to have structure, and you want to have a show identity, which all comes from your run of show. Tip number 2, reason number 2 why you want to have a show flow is it's going to help you to stay on topic. Are you one of those individuals? And I'm preaching to the choir this morning, but if you're a part of Team Live or Team Replay, hashtag squirrel syndrome. If you've been one of those live streamers, you're doing a live stream and you go squirrel, hashtag squirrel syndrome in the chat for me, or in the comment section if you're part of Team Replay, where you find yourself getting caught with the squirrel syndrome, where you're on one topic, then you turn around and you get onto another topic. You're on one topic, and then you start down this road, this tangent. You want to fall into having a rant, but by you having a rant, it ends up causing you to end up going into other topics that are not even relevant to what you're trying to provide to your audience. And so you want to stay on topic. Not only do you want to stay on topic, a run of show is going to help you if by chance, if you do go on that rant, if you do go down that one-way street and you now need to make a U-turn and you say, man, I lost my train of thought of what I was talking about. A run of show is going to help you to find your place. It's going to help you to find your place where what I call the breaking off point, where you broke off when you were sharing your content with your viewers. That the content that you were sharing, maybe you got excited as a live stream host, because up to that point, maybe you only had maybe 1 to 3 individuals in the live stream, and all of a sudden 20 people show up and everyone is engaging in the chat, and you end up going squirrel. The chat section becomes the squirrel, where you end up wanting to engage with everyone. But if you start engaging and trying to engage with everyone, you end up losing your place. And so a run of show can help you find your place. But most importantly, I believe what a run of show has really been helpful for me is to be able to help me to get through tough times when I go live. And I wholeheartedly believe in you being consistent, being there for your community, and providing great content that adds value to people. But let's face it, as content creators, we do face challenges. We do face tough times. I hope I said that. If I have any English or grammar majors in the chat, forgive me if I'm not saying that correctly, but we do face tough times. And so when you're facing those tough times and you're trying to stay focused and you're trying to stay on topic and during your live stream, your run of show is going to help you to get through those tough times. I've been fortunate in the last 2 years to only maybe miss two live streams. Once I missed one because I ended up having to have surgery because of my appendix rupturing, and I couldn't go live after being in the hospital. So it took me maybe miss one live stream, and then once I got from the hospital, I just came on for a few minutes just to kind of to build back that consistency. But then another time I missed a live stream because my father had passed away back in last October, and so I just wasn't in the right mindset. I didn't have the right mentality in the head. My head was not in the right place to be able to do my live stream, and so those have been only the two recent times where I've missed a live stream. But does that mean I still didn't have other tough times? No, I still had other tough times financially, tough times family wise, tough times from a career standpoint, and it would weigh heavy on me. But I had to say, okay, let me get my game face on. Let me get into that creator mode that I need to be, and let the run of show help me to get through these tough times and keep me focused on not just trying to get through the stream, but to navigate me. How can I add value? You'll hear that over and over and over as you are a part of the Huddle community, as you come and join the live streams and watch other videos. You're going to constantly hearing that it's about adding value. It's about helping you broaden your reach, your impact, and your income through online video and live stream. And so we use a run of show to help us to navigate through those tough times. Certainly the chat is jumping this morning. We are truly excited. We have our auntie of live stream in the house this morning, Miss Denise Jordan. Good morning, ma'am. I hope you got that email that I sent you regarding your question that I saw after we had went off the air. And so I sent you Ash's information regarding his channel. So I hope you were able to check that out. We also got Mr. Sammy, the superstar, in the house this morning. Good morning, my good man. I gotta get you. I'm put you on the spot, sir. I need you to check your agenda, your calendar. Not this Monday, but the next Monday. I need to know, sir. Are you available to come on to the Huddle? We need to bring you on, sir. We need to bring you on because I recently saw a video that you did on trolls and haters. And so I think that's a great topic we need to discuss on how to deal with trolls and haters in your live stream. And so I felt that was a great piece of content that you did, sir. So I'm great, Denise. I'm glad that you got that. And so, hey, if you're getting great value out of this live stream this morning, please do me a favor. Smash the like button, click the thumbs up, share this on your favorite social media channel, whether if it's Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Amazon Live, or Roku, whatever your platform is. Do me a favor, share this on your favorite social media platform. And if you're just joining us and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, where our desire is to give you value with a capital VALUE. Do me a favor, subscribe to the channel and click the alert notification button, and that's what you're going to get in more value. And so reason number three, why you need a run of show. It's not only going to help you to be able to be organized, stay on topic, but it's going to help you to stay on time. And so you may be the type of individual who is growing and developing your live stream, and you are trying an individual. Well, maybe you want to do a live stream that's under an hour, and so you want to work with maybe 30 to 45 minutes. So a run of show is going to help you to stay on time and your show flowing, and you being able to meet that time mark of 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or if you want to do a live stream, that's an hour. Now, if you're trying to do more of an extended live stream where you're going 2 to 3 hours, I still believe you still need to have such of a run of show that's going to help you to be able to pace yourself. So if you are doing a 2 to 3 hour live stream, it's still going to flow. Because for those of us who are in the chat and those of you who are going to watch the replay, um, if you've been doing live streaming for any period of time, you begin to discover that you're a person who can hold a conversation. And if you go back and look at some of your previous live streams that you did on your channel, you can see that you've held a conversation very easily, probably over an hour. Well, but here's the trick, though. Here's the tip, though. You want to hold a conversation of relevance. You want to hold a conversation of substance, because the truth of the matter is we are going to have individuals who will watch our live streams and they are committed to maybe that first hour, and they want to be able to be engaged in the live stream and get very great value from the tips and the points that you put out. But after a period of time, if you're just going and going and you go past that hour mark, you go past that hour and a half mark, and and it's okay if you're trying to get to those Nick Nimmin live stream numbers, or Daryl Eves, who I seen recently. I saw he a couple of years ago, he did a live stream that was almost 6 hours. I know some individuals that have did 24-hour live streams, but they still have some basic run of show, so that way the conversation has substance, so that the viewer doesn't get disengaged. And so you definitely want to do that. Let's see here. These are some great tips, basically on time and staying on point. Thank you, Real Chicago. But as basic as it may sound, unfortunately, there are those who are just starting out, and there are those who've been doing this for a minute, that unfortunately we don't follow these fundamentals and basic points for our live streams. And as a result, the way we know how, I believe, how successful a live stream it is based on the amount of views, the amount of watch time and engagement, the likes, the shares, how often people are sharing your live stream. Those are some of the benchmarks to let you know that your live stream is running smoothly and you're having audience engagement, not just when you're live, but in the replay. The replay experience, where you see the comments, and I'm just a person who really believes, okay, if I don't catch Tech Troublemakers live stream on Tuesday, but I have to make sure at some point I have to watch it, so that way I can add the replay experience. But if I'm putting out some content where it's just, unfortunately, the replay value has been hurt by it, it's going to show, because either the host wasn't staying on topic, or they wasn't staying on time, and so it's going to stand out. Tip number four is, and we talked about this on Money with not the DRE, but the ELO, Dr. Elo, who was with us this past Monday, and we talked about how to repurpose your content. Well, a Run a Show is going to be a great asset and a great tool that's going to help you to be able to repurpose your content as a live streamer. So that way, if you do have a live stream that's 30 to 45 minutes or up to an hour, you can be able to repurpose your content. So that way you can have compelling, great, consistent content that can be repurposed. It's going to help you to repurpose it in the forms of audio podcasting. It's going to help you repurpose it in forms of video clips. It's going to help you to repurpose it in blog posts through transcribing your live stream. It's going to help you to repurpose it through short form content, through short videos that you make. It's going to help you to be able to repurpose it in so many different ways. That way people can learn more about what you're doing. We've all seen those videos on individuals asking those questions. How can I promote my channel? How can I promote my channel? How can I get more views? How can I get more subscribers? How can I get more engagement and audience? Repurpose your content. Repurpose your content. Repurpose your content. And if that's something you struggle with, there are those of us in the Huddle community in the chat, like Ash, like Tech Troublemaker, um, just to name a few. Sammy the Superstar. If you need help with reels and doing like a vlog, he did an excellent vlog. Um, that he did just hanging out on a normal day. There's individuals here in the chat and myself. We can help you to repurpose your content. We have the link inside the description of our interview. As Denise says, Dr. Elo's interview was amazing. I appreciate that, ma'am. I really appreciate that. Appreciate the feedback. So you got to repurpose your content, and the run of show is going to help you to do that. The run-up show is going to help you to do that because you have it scripted out. You know, one of the things that I'm able to do once we end the broadcast, we then make some adjustments to the live stream, and then I reach out to my editor, and then we begin to discuss the plan of how we're repurposing it. And one of the feedback that he has shared with me is being able to give him that run of show in terms of timestamps, in which we'll get into the timestamps and time codes in the next tips. But providing your editor, maybe, you know, do you feel the level of your, if you're not a person who does your own editing and you have to outsource it to someone, but you feel like the editing is not meeting the level of expectation that you need he or she to do for you, maybe provide something as simple as the timestamps and the run a sheet for your person that's doing your editing. And that's going to help your live stream. It's going to help your live stream tremendously, you know. And so you want to do that. Boom. If you are getting great value out of this live stream to masterclass this morning on how why and you need to have a run of show, I need you to just do me a major favor and just click the thumbs up. Click that thumbs up. And, well, you know, in all fairness, and if you're a person who may be joining me this morning, you say, Walter, the things that you're sharing, I'm not connecting with, and I don't necessarily agree with a lot of your points. Well, if that's the position you take, I respect that. Much love to you. Click the thumbs down. Click the dislike button. Give me a thumbs down, and then be kind enough to make your argument. So it's an opportunity for growth for us here on the Huddle, you know. And so we want real facts, real opinion, and so we can be able to grow together on the Huddle this morning. Boom, definitely. Appreciate Ashu responding to our good friend Denise on a comment she made. I definitely appreciate that. So tip number five, there we go. It's a live stream GPS, and I want to give credit to where credit is due. And I was doing my homework, and I had heard that phrase from Laura Patucci from Live Stream Pros, and she had mentioned and defined the run of show as a live stream GPS. And I thought that was very unique and interesting. If you remember back in the days of MapQuest, where you used to have to plug in your information online and you put your from where you were leaving to where you're going, the destination. Your run of show becomes the GPS, the GPS, not just for you, but for your audience. So if a person is watching you for the first time and they have specific questions that they need answered, your run of show and you're showing how it flows from the opening intro, from the hook, to you greeting people in the chat, engaging in comments, to touching on tips and strategies in your live stream. There is a flow that creates a GPS for the person to say, okay, this is where I'm at point A, but as I'm getting and watching more of this live stream, this host here is being very vital and important to me, where they're helping me to my YouTube journey and my content creation to get from point A to point B. So you want your live streams, your run of shows, to be a type of GPS that adds value to your audience. Not only it is a roadmap, but it's going to help answer specific questions that you have. And that's what I love about this community as we are growing and develop, from Ash to Denise to Sammy to Tech Troublemaker to Marcus, and to those of you who are still watching on YouTube, but maybe you haven't engaged yet in the chat to make yourself known, because you're still checking this out. You're still trying to see, is this really a real substance? I appreciate that. But hey, we hope we do enough job and you see that and you start to engage, either on the replay in the comment section. And to those who are just listening to us and watching us, but they're working because maybe they can engage. It's still our live streams and still need to be the type of content that's answering specific questions for them, that's addressing pain points in their lives. And if we're doing that, regardless of what silver play button you may want to get, to me, that matters more. Answering specific questions for your audience, addressing pain points in your life. I can't tell you the times where sometimes I'll get into a creator fog moment, where that creative fog moment of discouragement or cloud of discouragement will kind of hover over me, and I'll see a response from Denise, or I'll see a response from Nicole, and they'll just share some thoughts about how the live stream replay video really added value to them, and it'll just, their comment becomes a bright light, of ray of sunshine, just to dispel that fog and cloud of creator fog over me. And so that lets me know that the live streams are adding value, because the comments just come at a right time, at the right moment, and it's a result of having a run of show. And so summary time. A run of show is going to help you to be organized. It's going to help you to stay on topic. It's going to help you to stay on time. It's going to help you to repurpose your content. It's going to help you to have a live stream GPS, so that by chance, if you do get off topic, if you do start to run out of over time on something, your GPS, your run of show, can help you so you can navigate and find your place, maybe make a U-turn, making an online content creation U-turn, and get you back on point. A run of show is going to do that for you as your GPS, so that you can get back to the real matter of answering specific questions for your audience, whether live or team replay, answering pain points that they may have, getting suggestions from them regarding future topics that they would like for you to have a discussion on. It becomes a roadmap for you for the next destination. So even if you are struggling with content ideas, video ideas, your run of show, your live stream GPS can be a tool that helps you get new content ideas from your viewers, whether team live and in team replay. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this discussion this morning on how to be able to have a live stream that that has a show flow to it, has a smooth flow to it, do me a favor, smash the like button, and you will give us a thumbs up and share this on your social media channel. And speaking of the angel, and as you guys will learn about me, I never like using the phrase "speak of the devil," because me and the devil don't got nothing in common. So I don't even like speaking about him, other than why I need to tell him where he needs to go, because he has no place in my life. So I always say, speak of the angel in the chat this morning. Our very own Dr. Elo, not the DRE, if for those of you who's familiar with hip hop with Dr. Dre, with Still Dre, we got the ELO in the house this morning. And we shared a little about this past week's great interview that we had with Dr. Elo on how to repurpose your content. So he is in the chat, and so we are so grateful um, for him being with us, spending a few minutes in time with us. I know right now the hottest topic right now is the Rodecaster Pro 2. So if you are an individual who is interested in getting that, he just dropped a latest video on the Rodecaster Pro 2. So you want to check out his channel, and he'll definitely kind of give you some feedback on his experience on now having the Rodecaster Pro 2. The chat is hopping from Marcus to Dr. Elo. Man, we are excited this morning. We are excited. Got some comments here. Denise, I see your comments. Your comments just kind of jump at me and say, pull my comment up. So let me see what she's saying here. Boom. She's learning a lot much from last week's interview, and perfect. That's what it's all about. It's about learning for one another. And I want to put this out. I mean, I think only Ash may know this, but I want to share this with you guys. So I don't want to ever create an assumption or an opinion of something that person says. Well, he only pulls up so many comments. Well, right now I'm an individual who's dealing with some visual impairment. I'm working through what they call retina pigmentosis. Went to go see my eye doctor. Got some great news from him. When I got diagnosed with this retina pigmentosis back in 2015, there was some concern about me possibly losing my vision in a matter of 5 years. And the eye doctor, she just went straight to the extreme on me. And it was just some serious news that really just floored me to the point where I was in tears in the eye doctor's room with my wife. And but she recommended me to go see a specialist, a second opinion, a specialist who works more with retina and pigmentosis. And he kind of confirmed the diagnosis, but he didn't approach it from the standpoint of saying, you're going to go blind. He says, we need to kind of monitor this year by year. He says, you're going to have to monitor your driving where you can't really drive in dark places. And you need to be in well-lit roads. And so it's been now 7 years, and I just went to go see him a couple of weeks ago. And he basically said to me, the retina pigmentosis has not progressed to the point where it would affect your retina where you could go blind. But what it did affect you is your peripheral. It's affected your peripheral. It's affected you from a standpoint in terms of you having to look harder for at comments and things like that. But just the simple fact that to hear that I'm not going to lose my vision, and I've had to adjust my ability to drive, I said I'll take it. And so that's the reason why if I don't respond to every comment on live, I will make sure if there's a question like Denise had last week, I will email you and give you the feedback on that. So I just wanted to share that with my community. You guys are definitely content creators in your own right, but just the simple fact that you all want to be a part of the Huddle community does my heart good. And so I wanted to share that because I feel it's important that you get to know me and I get to know you as well. And so I'm very open. I'm very transparent. And so got to work on those ums. There's probably one too many that my editor is going to have to get rid of. So that's our tips for the day on why you need to have a run of show. So in the chat for me, as I see my good man Robert Timon, he's joining us here. Appreciate you've popped up this morning. Do you have a runner show? And which of these tips has that we shared this morning that has you believe that's going to be really helpful for your next live stream? Share in the chat for us. And if you're watching the replay, share in the comment section for us on how you feel which of these tips are going to help you to have a smoother show that's going to provide some engagement. And if you have any questions, we will certainly get back to you on that. And so we truly appreciate everyone in the chat and just joining us this morning. And so, question of the day: which of these tips do you feel, and you using having a run of show that will help you to be able to uh, have a smoother live stream and increase engagement in your with your audience, rather through live or through replay? Let us know in the chat. Let us know in the comment section. And again, as we get ready to close out, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, we are so grateful that we do not despise small beginnings. The simple fact that we hit 250 lets me know we are 250 subscribers away from the first milestone of getting that community tab. That I'm looking for that one for sure, because now that gives us the ability to engage with the community, the Huddle community, on a deeper level. And so if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, we want to encourage you to subscribe, so we can get closer to that milestone. A lot of individuals say, oh, I want to get that first 1,000, 4,000 hours of watch time. Great goal to have. But guess what? If you get it and you don't have any community behind you, then you're still going to have a tough time to grow. And so we want to do this right. We want to do this right and grow this community. So as we close out always saying, many are the plans in a person's heart, but it's the Lord's purpose that will prevail in your life. Make a quality decision today to let God's purpose prevail in your life. And if you do that, you will be able to add value to your viewers. So we will see you next week. Those of you who are fathers, happy Father's Day and happy Juneteenth. If you are celebrating Juneteenth this weekend, we will see you next week on the Huddle.